Hi. So I've been in the kitchen cleaning up for probably 15 or 20 minutes now, and it's time to make some coffee and have a chat. Why haven't I sat in my studio making music or on a parallel play call showing what that looks like? Well, I just wanted to show you the reality, which I'm sure you're all too aware of, is that sometimes, and you've been watching my shorts, you'll see me cutting the grass out here, you'll see me hanging paintings and pictures, because the reality is we don't spend most of our time in our creative pursuits. We spend most of our time in our life, and for me that's cleaning up, emptying the dishwasher, making myself lunch, making the dogs some lunch, and then bring them for a walk. So just thought I might as well bring you to our, I think, quite aesthetically pleasing kitchen, because it's not AI. AI is not going to fake up this kitchen or fake up me emptying the dishwasher or climbing up our very cool ladder to get supplies. And I really wanted to talk to you about something real today as well. The reality of being creative and trying to make money in the creative realm, it's hard. And as much as the YouTube gurus or the people selling you courses would try to have you believe that, oh, let's get to 10K months in 90 days, or whatever the current trending YouTube video hook and title that you're seeing is, or get your art into galleries, get your books published. I know that I'm getting fed lots of that kind of thing all the time. And the reality is that when you have a life and a family, kids, dogs, when you have a brain that's built in a different way because you're neurodiverse, it doesn't always work and flow in that way. But we do have superpowers, and it's about making sure that we don't let those bits of life trip us up so that we can get back to the important stuff. So that's why I was like, okay, when I'm going to be in the kitchen, I might as well put my camera there, put on a mic and start talking. So I'm going to keep pressing my coffee. This is my favorite way to make coffee. This isn't an AeroPress, it's called a Delta press, and it actually works. It's basically like the inverted AeroPress method, which I've had for ages. This one's lasted way longer than any of my AeroPresses ever lasted. They all seemed to wear out super quickly. Now this is getting close to the end of life, so one of these days I'll get a new one. But to my point about making money, for the past year and a half, I've been actively running this business as Rowley Miller, a creative guide, coach type person to creative people, helping them to dive into what they do, to make space for their work, to help in whatever way I could. And this is really born out of the fact that I thought about, what did I do when I was in the corporate world? What was my favorite thing to do? And my favorite piece was actually coaching, guiding, walking alongside and journeying with people as they figured out their own lives. An awful lot of those people that tended to be creatives. And I think it started when I was working at Apple and I actually ran a team of creatives. And I was the lead creative. That was the title that we had, which seems ridiculous, but it is what it is. So I'm just trying to figure out who's coming down the stairs and if they're trying to get into the kitchen or not. Like I said, I led a team of creatives when I was at Apple. And it was really interesting to, one, encourage them to get their work at work done, but also to continue to encourage them to stay creative outside of work. And how did they find that balance? How did they manage a 40-hour-a-week job and find time in the evenings, weekends, days off to pursue their creative ambitions? And lots of them did, but it's where this idea of being a guide kind of really started. And some of those people I'm still in touch with today. Some of you might be watching now, so hi. And it's just it was an important realization when I sat there having been made redundant about 2 years ago, I was like, what am I going to do? And I was like, actually, the connecting with people is something that I'm really good at, but also I have a deep drive for creativity and wanting to help people to be creative. I also have my own drive to be creative. And I've had many different creative iterations, whether that's photography, video making, music, writing music for picture, lots of those different things. They've all come up in different ways and had varying degrees of success. Almost always made money out of them on some level. And that's why I thought, oh, let me combine my leadership and coaching skills, the fact that I've studied as a spiritual director, as a life and executive coach, but also to pull in this idea about creativity. And not just that, but I really saw a need to help people to stop, to put down their phones, to get away from social media, from the news that's wrecking all our heads, making us feel constantly on edge. So I started my journey trying to get people to create space. And where that's led me to now is this place where multiple times a week I offer what we call parallel play. It's just a video call. It's very simple. People from all over the world join. They run at different times during the week. And I've just updated my website so that the link will take you to my website. And you'll be able to see, hopefully in your time zone, when the slots are available. Super simple to sign up. And you'll get an email back telling you when the time is and what the link is. Jump on and try it. And try it for free. And since we're talking about money, it does cost. There's a monthly subscription to come to it. And the reason it's not free is, one, I am trying to provide for my family, feed my dogs, put my kids through school. And I'm being honest about that. And two, when we have something free, we treat it like it's free. We don't show up. We don't get involved in it. And that's why it's an opportunity for you to invest in yourself. Come along and try it for free. See what you think. But from the people who've been joining us, and on the website, you can see some of their testimonials. And even last week, Lynn, and maybe you've seen the short that she recorded for me, her and her daughter both showed up and worked in Lynn's studio at the end of her garden. They both worked alongside her, and Jen came back and said, oh my goodness, I've been putting off making an invoice for so long, and now it's done, thank you. So not only did we have a chat about why there was a blockage there for her asking for money, submitting the invoice, offering a discount, but it was also about actually creating the space, committing to it, and all of us knowing what she was going to work on. And that's one of the things that many people say is just being able to sit down on the call, knowing that you can't get lost on your phone and that you've said, hey, this is the thing I'm here to work for. You've put it in your diary, you've shown up. You don't have to talk. We just have a super brief connection at the start of it saying, hey, this is the piece that we do. This is what I'm going to work on. And then we've got a 2-hour window to get it done. Sometimes that runs longer. Some people come and go. You don't have to show up exactly at the start time, and you're able to pop in and out. There's other things that are important. You can go do this, but it's about making some time for yourself and investing that energy into getting your thing done. And one of the reasons, so we started this as an experiment back in September, and what I've realized is I need it for me. I need that time in my calendar. I need to know that I'm jumping on and other people are going to be there. And what I do changes every day. It's not always music. It's often editing videos. Like this week, I was actually updating that new page on my website, so you can go along and book there and make it simpler and more streamlined, and get a real understanding about what it is that you're signing up for, that you're coming along to. But not just that, it's a real chance to see things like Jan saying, hey, I finished my invoice, it's done. She's seeing people getting work done, seeing people put their work out into the world in a new way, in a way that they felt blocked before. And that's really my focus. There's another piece that I added onto the website as well, because you're going to another website, my previous link, I didn't have any way of you writing back to me and saying, hey, none of these times work, can you consider 9 in the morning on a Wednesday. So I've added in a little block there where you can let me know a time zone that suits you. And if you get a couple of people saying that they want to work in the same slot, we'll fire one up and we'll try it for a couple of weeks to see how it goes. Okay, so if you do want to come along, click the link, book in for one. They're free to try, and then let me know if there's a different time zone that works better. Now, obviously, I'm based in Dublin. In the past couple of weeks, we've been in France, so we tend to work around here. But I'm usually up in the morning, and I usually stay up late. So these run at different times, and you'll see that we have people on the west coast of the States, the east coast of the States, and across Europe, and sometimes even Australia join us too. So don't be afraid to ask for what you need. I really believe that this is an important service to offer. And like I said, it works for me. It helps me to figure out, and I'm in all of them, so I get that bonus. And honestly, I want to add more in there too. I want to do more times. So you'll see more times popping up there over the next couple of weeks, but only if you get on and suggest a new time. Oh yeah, but I was going to get real and talk about the money. So like I said, I've been doing this for 18 months, but I've also come to a point where I need to realize that this isn't providing for my family. So right now I'm looking around to figure out what else can I do. So that might be a part-time job. It might be doing some DIY on the side. I'm quite handy and there's lots of things that I can do. So offering that as a separate service and running that a couple of days a week. That's kind of where I'm at the moment. I am looking around for other work, but the one thing that's convinced me was when we were away in France, actually doing parallel plays and having sessions with people while I was there. It was so life affirming to see people at work, to see them making progress, but then also to be able to go, oh, I can actually be doing something for my family and be in a place that's supporting our family, our growth, and our creative journey. So I'm not giving up on this. It's not going away. And in fact, I'm going to double down and get back to making more YouTube videos, explaining what we do, explaining how it's useful and helpful for people, and really choosing that this is the way forward. If you're the type of person who doesn't really want to show up in a group setting, that's okay. I work one-on-one with people all the time, but obviously that's more of an investment. But I have set up a session where you can just book 10 sessions with me. So we can jump on and try that and see where that goes as well. And they're generally an hour, but like if someone like me can talk for an hour and a half and dig into that stuff, sometimes it's not a strict hour, so you'll get value out of your time. But that's what's working for some people who've come to parallel play. They've worked and they realize, okay, I need something deeper. I need a different level of accountability and focus. So that's where working together one-to-one can be super helpful as well. Okay, well, that's all for this video, and YouTube will suggest another video for you to watch here. But if you like the idea of parallel play and working alongside other creatives, then follow a link in the description below. And book in a session and come and try that for free. Okay, until the next video, you take care. Bye.